you're going to potentially come back in for Alejandro Garnacho? He has stated via his team, of course, that he'd rather stay in the Premier League. Gittins, Garnacho, and Williams are the three left attackers that you guys are linked to, and you nearly got Garnacho in the January. Because I've got to jump out for 10 minutes. KJ's coming in. That's a question I want to throw to you in the panel. Could Garnacho be on his way to Chelsea?
I think that for me, I would have to say no, because one of the reasons why allegedly we didn't go in for John Duran, was because we had heard that there was different issues in terms of personality. We didn't like his personality in terms of maybe meshing with the team and different controversies and stuff that he had. So if that's the case, then I think Garnacho is off the table, especially after the comments he made after the Europa League loss and everything. I think we kind of see it as a toxic situation. And with the Gittins link, it seems like from what is being reported internally at the club is Gittins is really being looked at if Sancho isn't able to stay on as a squad player. Like, we're going to get Gittins in to kind of replace that, especially because we'd be losing Sancho, and then we'd also be losing Mudryk, because the club pretty much see Mudryk as like a done case. Like, that's just, we lost on it. It is what it is. So I don't think we get Garnacho across the line. I don't think we're interested in it. It's one of those things where it's like Garnacho says yes to Chelsea, but Chelsea didn't ask anything. I think it's just him saying like, I want to go to Chelsea. We don't care. That's cool.
Chelsea signing though. It's such
I don't think it will happen, but I could see it happening. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones where if it did end up happening, I wouldn't be surprised, because
you can see it happen, or you want it to happen.
No, I don't think it will happen. And to be fair, I actually don't want it to happen. I'd rather him just go away to Italy or something and do his business over there, because then it'll be less painful if he does turn out good, But yeah, I don't think that's happening. But you said about Gittins, to replace Sancho and Mudryk potentially. Would you want another one after that? Because surely Gittins isn't the left winger you Chelsea fans have been dying for to take it to the next level.
No, not at all. I mean, in terms of getting in, we need a winger who's able to contribute G&A. I mean, that's our biggest issue this season. We have the third best defense in the Prem, right? Say you want to say about the bums that we have, in center back, our bum goal, whatever. We're the third best defense in the league. Like, at the end of an entire season, the numbers speak for themselves, right? You ended up where you ended, and the amount of goals you conceded is the amount of goals you conceded. And the way I look at it is the winger situation, right? I think we were told that we're going to get in two strikers, and then the quotes are an important winger. And obviously this is all like club briefings, right? We're going to get an important winger. I don't see how Gittins could be that. I don't think he's 20 years old. He's been inconsistent for Dortmund. I mean, I'm looking at Dortmund fans, some of them celebrating, saying we're scamming Chelsea. So I don't think that's it. And I agree with you. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, because our owners are really in love with Jorge Mendes. So if Leao starts getting linked, I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously there was the links with Rodrigo and stuff, but it looks like Rodrigo wants to stay at Madrid. We'll see if that changes after the Club World Cup. But I mean, I agree with you. It's not enough. It's not sufficient. And I think if we're speaking on that left wing position, then like it's a way worse situation than the strikers.
Yeah, Henry, outside of obviously Rodrigo being like the guy that you should sign, because everyone should sign Rodrigo if it's available. What left winger should Chelsea sign ahead of a Gittins or with Gittins to replace like a Sancho and a Mudryk? Because if their man just do Gittins, it's not looking good on that side.
Well, looking at, because they won't sign any players that are over the age of 24 or whatever it is, it wouldn't surprise me if they're going for a Nico Williams. He suits the age.
The wage bill.
Well, isn't he on really high? What's he on, like 200k or something at Bilbao, isn't he?
Something like that, yeah.
A lot of pay, yeah.
I mean, other than that, I mean, this is why you can't sign anyone over the age of 24. I think that's going to have to go at some point. Like, you can't just keep building a young, constant team. You do need experience balance with that. I mean, if you're not going to get Williams, you're not going to get this young player from Dortmund or Garnacho. Who are you going to get? I mean, Jadon Sancho. I mean, isn't his future going to be decided going into like the next day or two if he's going to be at Chelsea? I don't see you signing another winger if you're keeping Sancho.
No, if you sign Sancho, it would be one more winger regardless. Like that's why I think we're looking at Gittins if Sancho doesn't stay, but then we're still in for another winger. That's it.
How much would Gittins be, by the way?
I think it was 50. They're asking for 50.
50 million.
They're asking. Like, I mean, we would. I mean, it wouldn't. I don't think it would. No, it wouldn't end up being 50 just because of the fact that these that they also want Chukwuemeka. Dortmund want Chukwuemeka, so I'm assuming it would be like reduced price on both sides. You know, one goes this way, the other goes that way. I'm assuming that's what it would be. So,
so 25 million for Sancho, and then you've got money for a big winger, or you send Sancho back for 5 million, but then spend more than 25 on his replacement, and then.
I mean, I agree. Yeah. I would keep Sancho. I think obviously it's like very divisive in the Chelsea fan base. I'd keep Sancho personally just because I think that he's going to get a lot more space to operate in the UCL than he would in the Prem. Because in the Prem, people close him down, and he doesn't have, you know, his lack of P&P affects him a lot more in the Prem than it does in Europe.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, we saw it in the final, right? Like you saw like people were saying, oh, like DeMarco, he's not a bad defender, but when he came against young people with talent and a bit of P&P, he got absolutely decimated. So
what's the plan like long term with this whole we can't sign anyone over the age of 24? Like at what point do you say, right, okay, we've got a fantastic group of core young players and it's all three.
So it's difficult. I don't know if anybody here watches the NBA, but it's pretty much we're trying to do OKC. We're trying to do the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, but, okay. Other than SGA and a few others,
but no, that's what it is. You have a ton of young players that you buy.
Okay, but how many other NBA franchises?
And then we hoard. And then we hoard. No, I agree. No, but this thing, I agree. This is a new and novel model. I don't know what to tell you. Like they're trying this out. They're trying to do the OKC thing.
It is what it is. It's essentially a football manager save in real life, and I've always been intrigued by Chelsea doing it, and so far, it's only just now starting to look like it could be something. The last 2 seasons have been great. I've got a suggestion though for this left wing, and I don't know if Wolfie would be happy about this. But Wolfie, what would you think about Callum Hudson-Odoi returning to Chelsea?
I was thinking that. He's quality. He's a confidence player for me. And ever since he got his first goal at Forest, I think it was on his debut against Burnley, he has kicked on. He's had a couple of niggly injuries this season. Nothing serious like he had at Chelsea. But he just looks so confident. I don't think he'd go back, though. I don't think he'd go back to Chelsea. I think he's quite happy at Forest.
What would you say Hudson-Odoi is worth in this market right now?
Probably about 35, something like that. I mean, we only picked him up for less than 5 million. But I think his return has been good enough to put him. I think 35 is still quite a cheap deal.
No.
He's still young. The age he'd fit into the Chelsea age bracket. So he's still very young. I think a lot of people think he's a lot older.
Yeah, I feel like he's like 26, 27.
Nah, he's like 23, 22, 23, something like that, in and around that bracket. So he started very young at Chelsea. I'm pretty sure he is. Let me check.
Yeah, remember he's been playing since
he's 24. 17. Oh my god! I thought he was like 26.
Remember he's been playing since like 17. It's
he got introduced early into the Chelsea team. Yeah,
he's like Raheem Sterling. I didn't realize Raheem Sterling was like 31.
Yeah, he played a ton, and then been around so long. The reality is for Chelsea, he was never the same after like the injury and stuff. So he was just not good enough. So I don't know why we would take him back.
He was carried at 70 million to Germany. He was going to Germany.
I'm about to say you guys missed the trick. Bayern Munich was offering that money, man. You should have just took it because that.
It's one of those hindsight things, bro. Like the thing is, Cho was good. He was good for us, but then it just fell off the face of a cliff. I don't know what to say.
The injury ruined him.
The injury killed him. I don't know.
But he's built it back up. I don't even think he's peaked at Forest yet. I think he's got plenty more in the tank. And then obviously you got Elanga on the other side, who's had probably a better season than Hudson-Odoi. He can play left and right. He's been doing both this season, but I don't think you'd get him either. We don't need to sell. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, if you want to buy, need to add for the Conference League, which you must. Forest,
yeah, you got to. You must. If you say it's beneath you, you have to, right?
Yeah,
there's no other choice.
Oh, I may be in Europa in a couple of weeks. I may be in Europa.